Welcome, lovely people. Today I am playing on my PlayStation. I am on the US server, and we are going to be finding all of the briefings and investigations inside of Kaznia. So I'm starting a map. I have already discovered them all on other characters, but did not keep track of them all on my map. So I'm going to create one by the end of this video where we will be able to find every single one of them, and then you guys will be able to go and find them really easily, we hope. You could also follow along with the video. But let's go now. I have my Raven character. She currently has Batman leveled up so that we are able to use him to find all of the investigations and briefings, as you can see on my mini-map. So the very first one we are going to go to is just over here.
Tonight I encountered a strangely guarded fellow called Booster Gold. He claimed to be from the distant future, on the trail of a scoundrel called Kronos. Upon informing him that I'd seen no such villain about, he vanished into thin air. How peculiar.
I'm sure, very, very peculiar. Alright, I'm going to head over to the castle. So there's one on... Let's track it by map. So, oh, these buttons. I keep pressing the wrong buttons for the menu, and it has not changed. How long have we had the menu changed now, and I still instinctively press what I think correlates with the screen? That's very annoying. Alright, so we're going to head over to here first, and kind of zigzag our way through. So it's on a building that has like a little patio, I guess you could call it, which I think looks like it's about here from where I've written it on my little map. So over here is where we're heading, guys. Let's go. If we find one along the way, we will also collect that and add it to my map. Yeah, this is the first time I'm actually doing the searching for them while on camera. Normally I search them and then I just tell you guys where you need to go. But today I thought I'd do it this way because I have to do this part anyway. So, next one is here.
Some British dude's been asking questions about the
Hello,
killings.
Voivode.
Jack says he's some kind of magic hero, maybe even Justice League level. Oh, we might be getting some help with it after all. P.S. He's seriously got that hot uncle vibe, even though he wears that nasty-ass trench coat all the time. Dude, dry cleaners are a thing. Seriously.
I don't understand what hot uncle vibes are, and I am uncomfortable by the term. I think I said that last time. I'm still uncomfortable. No. I don't like that. So we've just discovered another one here. We'll bring up the map so you guys can see its location, which is just here. And I will add it to my map because even though I have obviously collected this on other characters because I've completed the collections, I didn't record this one. So I will do that now. Let's collect it.
I had seen the last of Monsieur Mort when he met his final justice at the gallows. Unfortunately, the dreadful fellow escaped the Reaper's embrace and returned to terrorize the city once more. I must put a stop to that vile ghoul post-haste.
Alright then. I do believe we end up collecting all of the investigations out in the open world of Kaznia, and we end up collecting 2 of the briefings in the solo. So we will do the solo after this, when we have 2 blue left, 2 briefings left. But yeah, for now, let's go through here. So this is the other one in this area. I think this is the last one in this area, but we will soon see. So investigation. What are we on for the investigations now? 3?
No one's
2.
seen defense in like 3 days. Not the local heroes, not the cops, no one. Got a bad feeling about this. We might have a serious supervillain to deal with now instead of the local idiots in funny outfits.
Thanks, Voivode. Okay, so I'm going to mark the next location I am aware of. We'll keep moving. It is down here. I don't think I put one on the path, did I? Oh, no, I did. Okay, there's one that I know the location of very well because I've accidentally run down that particular area a number of times. So you will notice I am zigzagging through. Future Laura, I'm sure we'll cut a lot of that out when I'm just zigzagging, having a look to try and find them with my Batman.
Yeah, look, I would if you would stop talking long enough for me to speed something up. But unfortunately, you don't shut up.
So you can see there's one right here. So let's drop down and collect that. Investigation. So I think we're on 4 now for this one.
I
3. Oh.
got some crime tonight. A couple of goons were about to mug an old lady. Not on my watch. Boom! Note to self, need to work on pulling my punches. The members will live, but they'll be eating their meals through a straw for a while.
Oh, lovely.
Ouch.
Okay, so I will just pop a dot on my map for this one also. So here is where it is on the map, in case you guys are wondering. Let's head back up and we'll zigzag all the way back to the green marker that I have placed in the world. So we can grab the one that we know is already there. And we're on 3. 3 for the green. For the investigations. Oh. My friend and I just call them exclamation marks because that is what they are. And we have like the green and the blue. So that's what we've always called them. But Multiverse has obviously educated me in the ways of saying it correctly, which is investigations and briefings. But I still slip up. Okay, so here we have a briefing. We'll collect that one.
The trap was a success. At long last, the brawling banshee has been brought to justice. That being said, I believe my hearing shan't recover for at least a fortnight. What a dreadfully loud wail that woman has.
Okay. All right, then I've got one that is apparently up here as well. So we'll head for this one in a lovely zigzag pattern. Did anyone notice whether the blue, what number the blue was on? Future Laura!
Hmm?
What are we on for blue? I feel like it's 2.
No, 3.
Maybe 3? Maybe 3.
Yeah.
3 for each? I don't know. Hang on, how many of these have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we've covered 6, which probably means we've got 3 of each right now. I should pay closer attention. That is something I have a tendency to do, actually, is not really take a whole bunch of notice of exactly how many I've collected. And so my friend and I will be running through collecting investigations and briefings and things and be like, how many do you have? Yeah, good question. Okay, so this is why we zigzag, guys, because there's one just down here. So let's head there. I think it's green. It is. It's green. So we'll grab that and I will add that one to my map since it's not currently there. Let's have a look at the map.
Ladybug backpack of Doodles down by the docks.
Just down here.
And a pile of dust nearby. Damn it. I told Doodle not to patrol by herself, but she wanted payback for what happened to Crawler. This is serious. We need help. While there's still a we to talk about.
It's really odd having finished the storyline with Voivode, and she's now passed, to hear all of these on my way through. Just a little weird. Anyway, this is the location. Let's keep moving. Hi, Grundy. Looks like some people are kicking your butt. Here we are at the end of the path. We have a green. Is this our luck? That we got one more green after this, I believe. So we'll collect this one.
It's time.
5 out of 8. Oh, what am I saying? One more. It's not 6. It's 8.
Video games.
All right, let me do the map.
To make a difference. Help people. Batman does this every night, and he doesn't even have powers. So no more excuses. It's time for Voivode to hit the streets.
Now, I don't have it marked on my map, but I know there is one in, I think, a tomb that is over here somewhere. So I'm just going to put the marker there so that I can keep track of which direction I'm trying to zigzag towards. And I'm so sorry. I really did think there was only 6, but there is clearly 8 investigations in this open world. So, my bad. Let's keep moving. One of the benefits of this world not being very large, hi Grundy, is, oh, here we go. We've got one here, is that it's quite easy to navigate when you're trying to find investigations and briefings. So we've got one here. I'll add this one also to my map.
Okay, so Doodle and her partner Crawler were on patrol last night. They found a bunch of Magians face down in an alley. Doodle was checking for pulses when Crawler heard a scream and went to check it out. Then Doodle heard him scream. When she got there, all that was left of Crawler was a pile of dust. What the...
Does anyone else feel like every time they make her swear, it's just silly? It's just a little silly, in my opinion. I don't know. All right. Hang on, let me check where I was going. So we're zigzagging towards the left, right? So I'm going this direction. And here's the wall. And we zigzag back. Okay, we've found one here, so let's drop down. Can hear it, there it is, hiding behind a tree. Let's collect that one and then add it to the map. 7 out of 8. So here is where it is.
I tried to interrogate them, but all they'd say is, "We are agents of the real power in this city." Kinda thinking goons in wizard costumes don't work for the royal family, so looks like I got a mystery to solve. Cool.
Looks like she's got a mystery to solve. It really reminds me of Scooby-Doo. Okay, that one has been added to my map. I currently have 10 marked on my map. Let me just check. No, zoom out. Okay, so we keep zagging after my zig. It's really funny flying around like this and watching the minimap. It is the reason that I chose to do this with Raven, is because she has flight, makes it a little bit faster for you guys. Normally I do this with my main, which means super speed, so it's a little more cumbersome, especially in this world where there are so many trees. Alright, here's the first one. In this area, let's go down. Not the first one at all. Oh, here we go. This would be the one I was searching for. So, oh, last one. I think that's the last one in there. And we'll mark that on my mini-map as well. On my map, not my mini-map.
These agents are getting on my last nerve. Caught them doing some sort of creepy magic ritual near the cemetery.
Oh yeah, I see them.
I keep telling the cops about these guys, and big surprise, they aren't doing squat about it. Losers.
Okay, so currently on my map we have 11. 8 of those, of course, being that completed investigation that we have just done, the green exclamation marks, which means whatever's left is blue. I believe the blue is 6, not 8, which means with 11 done, we have 3 from the open world already, which means there's probably 1 more out here, and then the last 2 should be in the solo. So let's do our last little fly around. I will just remove that from my map. And we will find the last one, which should be up this end somewhere, because we have zigzagged everywhere else in Kaznia. Or the land of the pub. Here we go. So it looks like this one's right in that back corner, guys. So we'll drop down and collect that. And that will be map complete for me, so I'll add this last one onto the mini-map. Onto my map! 4, yeah.
A kidnapper to his lair.
So this is the location.
Dreadful fellow. Called himself Monsieur Mort. He planned on turning those he abducted into ghouls, but I thwarted that terrible scheme in the nick of time.
Okay, so that is my map completed, which I will provide for you guys in this video. Hopefully future Laura can put it up right now for you.
Hopefully? How long you known me? Of course I can.
This is the completed map of every single location for briefings and investigations in Kaznia. We will go and do the solo. I will show you the last 2 locations for the briefings so that we can get both of those completed. For anyone who follows me on Insta, I will also put this up on Instagram and probably X, so that if anyone is looking, they're able to easily find it. Especially, it'll make it a bit easier if you are swapping between a lot of characters who need to keep finding them over and over again and you haven't memorized. So let's go on duty and run the solo. Not that solo. Day of Reckoning solo. Thank you. Beautiful. And then we will have all of the investigations. Oh, briefings. All of the briefings! We already have all of the investigations. And then hopefully we will have the items drop in our mail and we can go and see what we receive.
Supernatural forces are at work here. They may be controlling my sister, forcing her to do terrible things.
Oh no!
Won't be the first time, won't be the last. What's important is getting her out from under the thumb of whatever demons come knocking.
Agreed. Let's work together and deliver this place from evil.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan. I'm not a big fan of evil. I have mixed feelings about evil with this particular character. But she is a hero. I created a hero, she's a hero. So I think a few people have disagreed with my choice to make her Celestial, but I like it. Celestial is, I think I have said on many occasions, mental is my second favorite power, but honestly, I think that Celestial has started to overtake mental, because even though I really love my mental damage builds, I'm not proficient in my controller builds. They function, but they're not ideal. Like, I don't understand them as well as I do tanking and healing. So I think that because I have a healing build on this, which is not complete, it's not there, but it will be, I think I'm enjoying Celestial more than mental, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think my opinion has changed. That does happen with me. And I recently have enjoyed playing healing quite a bit. I really do love doing it, mostly because it's hard to find someone who has a full healer, who only has healer loadouts and is really playing the game to keep everyone alive and keep everyone protected from damage. Oftentimes I see them also doing damage output at the expense of keeping everyone up. So I don't like when that happens. I understand that you can do damage loadouts at the same time as doing healer loadouts, but I do think they should not be at the expense of your teammates being knocked out. They are your damage, you are the healer. If you are the healer, you should be healing. So I feel like I've failed basically every time someone gets knocked out. I don't like that feeling. And if they do, I want to be the one to pick them up because I'm the healer and that's my responsibility, and everyone else should be focusing on the bosses. That's kind of how I feel, with the exception of controllers, who of course are focusing on power. So that's kind of how I feel about it. And I have really enjoyed playing healer. And I have had people say, nice work healer, a couple of times while playing them. So I don't know. I'm having a bit of fun healing at the moment. I will say my natural inclination, besides damage, which seems to be the majority of people's favorite, is definitely tanking. I love tanking. It's absolutely more important and more favorable to me than doing healer. But healer is very close behind tanking, you know? It's like damaging and tanking are almost on top of each other, and then just closely followed by healer. And then way further back, controller. I do love some controller powers, but I mainly use them as damage rather than controller. I haven't mastered controller well yet, which, you know, works out for me a little bit, because I usually end up working with someone who is a controller, and that's fine. Particularly Multiverse, who plays a controller, that works out, you know? Especially when I'm playing healer, because when I play my tanks, most of the time they are self-sufficient with their power level, and can maintain their own pretty well. But when I'm playing healer, sometimes I can't maintain my own power well with the loadout sets that I have. I'm not able to do it, and with my artifact choices. So it's nice to have someone who is looking after that when I'm playing my healers, because if I run out of power and I can't keep people up, that's not good, because that's my job. You know? Keep everybody up. I actually really like it because it's almost like playing a different game. I love DC. I love this game. And I love, when I swap to healer, how it goes from paying attention to my damage output and watching the boss and making sure I'm on the right place when I'm tanking, pulling all the ads, all that sort of thing, to watching green bars. And I'm just paying attention to the green bars and, like, making sure they all stay very, very full. And anytime I see someone going down, I'm like, no, no, no! Try to find them, make sure I'm close enough so that they get their stuff. Try to make sure everyone's shielded. I don't know, it's kind of fun. Maybe it's just me. I think I'm the only one who feels this way. But it is quite encouraging when people will say, great job healing. You know, that's nice. It's nice to know I did all right and people were happy with that. So that's fun. Can't tell you how many times I've heard amazing tank or great tank, because that happens quite a bit. Not on this console. That happens on Switch and that happens on Xbox. Those characters are more built up than my ones on here currently. My artifacts are just not quite there. Here we go.
My arch-foe, Monsieur Mort, has joined forces with the servants of hell itself, demons. Thankfully, Lady Kaznia and I were able to defeat the nefarious rogue and his dread compatriots before they could complete their devilish ritual in the mausoleum.
Okay, so the first exclamation that you find for your briefing is in this little room here. We obviously came from here, came all the way down, and this is where it lies. Okay? Let's head for the next one. I really need to start leveling my Raven character. Because I love her, you know? I have too many that I love. I just recently created Storm for my live, my first live ever, and I am going to lean heavily into healing for her. I have her damage loadouts already in.
She's hunting me like a cat playing with its food.
I'm sorry, I don't care, Voivode. I really don't. I wasn't given the chance to care about you. But I have already chosen my loadouts for my Storm's damage output and for my healing output. The healing is going to be epic because it's electrical, and electrical's healing just is in general epic. I need to get one ally so that I can make her like really, really strong, which I'm looking forward to doing because I've never really leaned heavily into healing on my electric before because I had always had someone who was playing healer with me. So I was leaning more into damage, but yeah, on this occasion I'm going to be leaning heavily into the healing. Oh, probably do the enemies first, you know, the enemies first. But her damage output options, I have chosen ones that look like she is summoning forth the weather. So they are not ideal. They are not going to do the absolute best damage output for a electric character because I'm trying to make her more like Storm than I am trying to make her the best. So hopefully I'll kick her into healing really, really heavily, and that will be the best, hopefully. But yeah, her damage is not going to be. And I know that. I'm playing her as Storm, not as ideal loadouts. So she looks cool, you know? Alright, so this is the last one. Let's collect it.
Another encounter with the
And look at the map.
This time, a grim fellow called the Batman. We foiled the gruesome villain's attempt to steal the crown jewel of Kaznia from our beloved queen's boudoir. I dare say this Joker will think twice about crossing the Dark Knight and the Laughing Hound again.
The Laughing Hound is his name. It's the name of a spirit, I feel, because there's a character during the gameplay who transforms, or rather, their name changes to Laughing Hound at some point when you're having a conversation with them. It's in my previous video where I ran this content. It is annoying, but I do make mention of it because I noticed it. Why would his name suddenly change to the name of the pub? Pub is named after him, I believe, and he is a character. So there we go. Also, weird name, right? I mean, who would want to be called the Laughing Hound? Voivode, stop, we don't care. So, for those of you who are here just so that you can get all of the briefing locations and all of the investigation locations, you have now got all those. I will just finish the solo because, you know, that would be silly to leave it like this.
Please do correct me if I'm wrong here, but silly does seem to be kind of in your wheelhouse.
I will provide the map to everybody. I will chuck it on my Insta and I will chuck it on my X, and then anyone who follows me there shouldn't have too much trouble finding it. I know some of you also do follow me on TikTok, so I will find a way to get a little portion of this video out for you guys so that you can see it on there also. And I do realize that may seem silly that I'm explaining that. No, it's because if you guys watch this video, you know, so that you can find them all, and don't want to watch this video again to find them all, you can just go and jump onto one of those other locations and find it as an image. So that should be a little bit easier.
A demonic reliquary, by the looks of it. One of these little treasures might be what we need to drop the barrier. Have a look around.
I don't think I have played through this solo on this character before, have I? I have not, so let's do this. Get all of these.
No, that's not it. Try another.
I can't remember if this counts because we're technically in casual. And a lot of the... Oh, no, which one is it? I think it might be the shooting of the books.
Try another.
Is something you can only do through normal or elite. I'm pretty sure this one can be done in the what they have now called casual run. So that should be all of them. There's 7 altogether, including this one.
Hang on, don't touch that.
Did not count. Let me just look at the on duty.
Bloody hell, that was one rock teleportation spell. Typical demonic rock.
Yeah, so investigate every treasure. That's what I have just done. There's 7 of them. Need to make sure, obviously, you save that particular one till last. Otherwise, you can't get them all, but it needs to be in normal or elite. We are currently in what they are now calling casual. All right, so let's do these. Let's check whether I can do these in casual. Spring every trap only in normal or elite. So we won't spring every trap. We will just go through and do it the ones that she requires. So Pitchfork is down here. Pitchfork is door number 3. Oh my goodness. I haven't played the casual version in some time, and this is very, very fast. I mean, it's not exactly really slow when you play it in normal, but it's slightly slower than that. Pitchfork, then the second one was Fence, which is number 4. So we will go through here. This is the Fence. This is the books. I believe this is the one that we can do in, what are they calling it? Casual. In casual. I keep going to say event, guys, because that's what it used to be known as. So event is now casual. But yeah, we can get 15 of those guys, I believe, in the event version. In the casual version, damn it. Why do they have to change things? Episodes are now chapters, and events are now casual. I don't like it. I don't like it. Why are they doing that? You know, I don't think it's necessary. It's just more confusing. It's like the way they've changed the menu. It seems like a small thing, but honestly, I'm pressing the wrong buttons because I think they're supposed to correlate with the screen. They always have. And there we go. It did pop. So if you're in the event version, the casual version, you can do this one. Keep that in mind. We've got you all, that one. Hey, rude. Last one. Yeah, so also the reorganizing of the order of the menu across the top is very annoying as well because it's, oh, the Fence was the third one, my bad. I knew it was up there. Doorknob is the last one, so this room. But I used to muscle memory my buttons. Ah! I can speak English. I used to be able to go through the menu via muscle memory. So I know that's a little confusing because I've said about the screen correlation. So in regards to the menu going across the top when we're in here, this top bit, I find I go to press my top shoulder buttons for that top menu and these buttons for the lower menu, which is incorrect because now they have changed this bar across the top from its bottom position to the top, meaning that I have to keep track of the fact that these buttons don't correlate with the screen any longer. So that is one thing that's throwing me off. Not only that, but the order along the top, this one, I used to know these by muscle memory and I would jump into my menu, flick through them in 2 seconds and do whatever I needed to do. That is no longer the case. The order has changed. And even though I understand, like I see where they're going with the menu, I see that they're trying to put the more relevant things to the front and the less so down this end, also putting the options menu last. I get all of that. But the thing is, it wasn't broken. None of us were complaining about it. And now it's harder for people who have been playing for a long time because we have to unlearn the muscle memory things we have learned. I don't think it was necessary. You know, there are other things that are more necessary. All right, so we've done all 3 of our symbols. Let's head through the door. We'll speak with Constantine, and then I just want to look up the feet for one of these 2 rooms to make sure I can't get it done in casual. I don't think I can.
There's something about this
So we'll go into here on duty.
This is a summoning chamber. It's where they conduct the rituals to bring demons from hell to here.
I see. Can you destroy it?
I can.
Of course he can.
But there's something.
But he
I
doesn't want to.
do beforehand. I can bring the demon behind all this here. Might be able to put a stop to all this.
How can we?
Great.
Looks like I'll need 2 bits of demonic essence. Check the antechambers. They're likely to be in there.
Yes, sir. Okay, so this one says diffuse 10 of the explosive demon bombs in 1 fight. It needs to be in normal or elite, so we won't even try that one because we would just be wasting our time. Hello, smoldering demon. That's kind of funny. My sister has a DC account. She doesn't play it very much at all. I think all she's done is create a character, to be honest. And her character is Smoldering Doom, which I love. And she does play Fire also because she loves to tank. Fire is like the most awesomest tank. It's just the easiest to play, honestly. For a tired person playing, that's the easiest tank to play. It's also the easiest power to solo. But yeah, I think her naming is so good. So good. Smoldering Doom sounds great to me. But every time I see something that's called Smoldering or Doom, I think of her character.
Nice one, mate. That's just what we need. 1 more to go.
But she is more of an ESO player, which is where I came from, for people who aren't aware. I used to play ESO, and then they did a new update with a change to the way that the skill trees work on that game. And I wasn't, like, pissed off about it, but I was just, like, I had just got my character to a point at which I was happy with her. And, they changed it, like, 2 days or something after. I don't know exactly how soon, but it was very soon after, because at that time I was logging in daily. And I was like, are you kidding me with this? Now I can't do what I was doing. I have to pay my skill points into other areas of the tree in order to unlock the ones that I was using. And I was just like mildly, I can't be bothered. And then I started playing this game with my best friend anyway, so it became less of a thing for me to play ESO. I still do play, not gonna lie. I still do play. I have actually recently created a character that is an Arcanist vampire. First time I'm using Arcanist, never used it before. And also the first time I'm playing a vampire.
Nicely. Ready to start the ritual?
I thought it wasn't. I thought I had played a vampire on there before, but that was actually Skyrim? Skyrim. It was a different game, but from the same storyline. So it's still an Elder Scrolls game, just not Elder Scrolls Online. But, yeah, so this is my first time also doing that. So I've recorded that. That's going to go up on my other channel, but I just have not got around to putting it out yet because this channel is my priority. And as most of you, I think, are aware by now, I have limited time to commit to this, and I commit as much as I can, honestly, because I love doing this. This is so much fun, but I just don't have enough time to maintain everything consistently the way I would like. So that channel has sporadic video releases. It's whenever I can, videos will go out there, because I do play other games. But this one is my favorite, you know? I love DC. Even with this episode that I'm not the biggest fan of, it could have been so good is the thing. It could have been so good. But I feel like we weren't really given an opportunity to care about Voivode. And we 100% were not given an opportunity to care about Jack. Even with the blogs, which I feel should not be necessary for us to go and find in order to understand the relationship between Voivode and Jack. If we play a game, we should be able to play that game and understand everything about it from the game. Not a lot of people want to go searching other locations to find information about it in the storyline context. Finding out other things, like news, what kind of things are going to release, blah, 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 that's fine. But the storyline that we're meant to be, like, getting into, why is there a blog? I find it so silly. But I know I'm not the only one who thinks so, but I don't know if I'm the majority or the minority in that. But personally, I like to read as well, is the thing. I love reading. I'm the kind of person who can read a book and then look over at the clock, realize I have been stayed up all night and my alarm's going to go off in 10 minutes for me to get up and go to work. You know, that's how much I like to read. I get so engrossed. But when I play a game, I don't want to go reading things off on some other site. Someone on Multiverse's channel, when we had a live, suggested that they could have input it into the game in like the welcome message or something like that, so that we can read it somewhere. They wouldn't have to hire a voice actor. I thought that was a brilliant suggestion. I'm really sorry, I don't remember who that was exactly on Multiverse's channel, but shout out to you, because awesome suggestion. And then everyone would get the same information through the game, you know? Which I feel, that makes sense, but again, I didn't really enjoy the blogs anyway. And I think it was supposed to make us feel something about Voivode and Jack, and I didn't. And also they seemed to be trying to tease us into, we've got these two characters who have this amazing backstory, blah, 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 we've written all this stuff. And they wanted us to think it was Voivode and Jack, and it's not at all. And I understand, like, circumventing expectations of people, I get it, but there's good execution and poor execution, and that one seems poor. Because it just made me think, alright, so these new characters are coming, didn't care that much about them, honestly, even with the blogs. And then when they finally dropped, one of them is dead. The other one is going to die over the course of this. Voivode doesn't even seem to really care anything about Jack after her passing. I don't know. And the characters we're meant to actually pay attention to are Esperanza and Lucia, which is the Reckoning. And it didn't land, guys. It just, for me, it didn't. For a lot of other people, it didn't. I'm hoping that some people out there, at least, are enjoying it, because honestly, I'm not. I find every time the new week rocks around, I'm not too fussed about getting the alert done. It's okay. I'll do it once a day, okay. But the second that we have reset, and I then have to play that same mission twice, in a raid and an alert, and the solo technically comes after both of those, but I have more luck getting into a solo first, and so my storyline is out of order. I don't know. I feel like it's lazy. That's the problem. And I think it could have been remedied easily if they had have, like, even with only what they've got released, if they had have not given us any raids, right? Don't give us anything. Don't, for goodness sake, don't regurgitate old content and dress it up like it's new. It's not new. I did not appreciate that. But the crying in the background. Let's get out of here so we don't have to hear Lucia crying. Hang on, choose our loot. There we go. Let's go. Let's get out. We don't want to be hearing Lucia upset in the background of me ranting. But if they had have just not given us any raids, which frankly, I don't feel like they did. I feel like the raids they have given us are repeats of other content. One is a repeat of the alert, one is the repeat from a completely different episode. And then had have given us a little mission saying, go and do this alert, then go and do this solo, so our storyline stayed in order, and we also knew to do that. And also maybe include the open world daily missions in that, because a lot of people weren't aware of the fact that they were even there. Because they were given no information about it. They just thought they'd completed it. The only thing people are told to do at the end of that really long introduction story is go and purchase the veil. We're not told to do the load-ins. We're not told to go and do the dailies. We're not told the locations of those things. We just get like a brief message from Constantine saying, hey, please go and help. There's more work to be done. If they had have done that so that we knew what to do, I think I'd have more appreciation for this. I don't know. Some of it feels really lazy to me, which is really sad, because I think this world is just beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. It's just so pretty. So, hopefully that helps out anybody who is trying to find all of the investigations and all of the briefings in Kaznia Open World. Do keep in mind, 2 of your briefings are going to be in that load-in in the solo. And do keep in mind, if you need to keep accessing the map for various characters, I will have the picture of the map up on my Insta and on my Twitter, X, just so that you guys can go and find the map by itself rather than having to watch a video to find it. So keep that in mind also. And I hope you guys all have a good one.